Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another candle review. I decided to burn this particular candle literally all the way to the end before reporting back to you guys on a post-burn review. So today we are chatting about the new Homeworx apple pumpkin pie candle. And as you can see, it comes in this beautiful, I guess you could call it like a chevron style glass. I really love that this had no label on it. The first time that Harry used this particular glass was last holiday season. There were a couple of collections that were released in this exact same glass. There were some different color offerings last year, but overall I thought the style of the vessel was beautiful and a great choice. The lid is also very nice. These are really heavy. As you can see, it has that Slacken monogram on the top there, and then the glass is it's almost like it's obviously not spray painted, but it's the inside here that is colored. So if you do want to clean this out afterwards, and I'll show you the inside of mine here in a second, if you do want to clean this out, you want to make sure that you're careful to not use a butter knife to pry the wicks out on the bottom, because once you scratch that red inside of there, it's gonna be impossible to touch it up. So just make sure that you're very gentle with it. But afterwards, this would be perfect for the holiday time for like a little candy jar or something like that. I utilize a lot of my empty Homeworx containers for things like Q-tips, cotton balls, makeup brushes. I mean, you can put anything inside of these jars. I have a couple of them in my office as well, where I keep things like paper clips and different school supplies for Stella. So it's kind of a pretty way to reuse the jars afterwards. Also, these are fantastic for floral arrangements. If you are a budding little florist, these are totally worth cleaning out afterwards to practice your arrangements in. So, all right. Let's talk about this particular scent. I believe this was new to Homeworx. You'll have to forgive me. My memory is not super great these days. My brain is filled with all sorts of other things. But yeah, I think this is a fairly new scent. I was really excited about it when it was released. By the way, I'll put a link for this down below. There is free shipping on QVC today, so if you would like to purchase this candle, you can do so with free shipping. I'm pretty sure that's going to end later on today, so if you want to participate in the free shipping and pick anything up, I would do that today. Don't assume the sale will be there tomorrow. So I was really excited when this was first released because I love both apple pie and pumpkin pie. And I thought the combination of the two would be amazing. Really, anything pie is just right up my alley. You guys know I love my gourmand scents. So I decided not to order multiples at that time because I was like, one, I have about 8,000 candles to get through. And two, I want to be able to smell it first and make sure that there is a pie crust note in this. And here's the first thing I'm going to tell you. I'm going to read you guys the notes, and then I'm going to tell you what actually this candle is, because it's not what it says. So the notes here are red apple, pear, clove, and ginger. So you can see even in the notes, there is no like crust note at all. I mean, there's not even like a vanilla tossed in there with, maybe the intention of having that be the quote unquote crust note. So I should have known when reading the description online that this is not an apple pumpkin pie scent at all. Is it delicious? Absolutely. It's a beautiful scent. But what it is more is a just apple cider type scent to my nose. I've got my unburned one, and here, I'll show you. This did come with some nice red wax. I've got this behind the camera here, and I'm kind of sniffing it. It's really, really beautiful, both on cold sniff and when it's burning. It smells like a warmed apple cider. There is a fresh, juicy, like almost like a what? Macintosh apple note. Actually, let's go with Appletosh, right? No, there is a really nice Macintosh apple note in this. There is that really beautiful clove and ginger that comes through. Pear, not so much to my nose. I mean, maybe if you're really sticking your schnoz in there and rooting around, you could maybe find the pear, but just imagine those, is it the Swiss Miss? Who makes those packets of apple cider that you mix with warm water that you can get at like when you're out apple picking? I feel like that is exactly what this smell is. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's a very seasonal scent for sure. It definitely screams fall to me. It was the perfect candle to burn the first part of October here. And I really enjoyed it, but you guys, it's not an apple pumpkin pie candle at all. I mean, there's not even any pumpkin in this. I wish he would have just named this what it is, which is maybe like fall cider explosion or something like that. This is why I am not in the business of naming scents. But yeah, it is completely misnamed, and I think that is not great, because if someone doesn't take the time to read the notes, they're going to be disappointed when they get this. So I'm just warning you now, if you're looking for a pie candle, this isn't it. However, if you're looking for a beautiful apple scent, this is fantastic. So let's talk about the strength and the throw. So the strength of this one, I had it in my open concept kitchen nook family room area. It had a strength of about 6. That is a pretty large area to fill. And the kitchen is where I think most of my candles probably struggle the most. I did move it to my entryway just to test it there, and it certainly, the strength didn't improve much, but the throw did, and that's because that particular area of my house is kind of a fragrance vortex. The airflow there is such that it takes whatever scent is in the air and it just kind of swirls it around to all of the rooms in the downstairs, and it also brings the fragrance upstairs. So the throw in my kitchen was, I mean, it was only about a 4. Like, it was mostly concentrated to the kitchen and the kitchen nook area. I didn't even really smell it much in my family room. But when I had it in the entryway, the throw was more of like a 7. It really was definitely a lot more noticeable. So I'm not sure what I would tell you guys in terms of, you know, would it do better in a smaller space? I think this would probably perform much better in a smaller space, unless you were willing to burn both of them at the same time in a larger open concept area. I feel like they would definitely meet in the middle and scent a larger open concept space very nicely. I didn't do that because I'm tempted to save this one here until either the holidays or next fall. But yeah, the strength and the throw were not great in my kitchen area at all, and not really what I'm used to from Homeworx. So I would say if you live in a smaller home or a more traditional home that has rooms that are a little bit more separated and you're not working with that open concept, you're going to be just fine with this one. If your whole entire house is open concept and you can't find that little vortex area, you might want to be prepared to burn both at the same time. But let's talk about just the performance from start to finish. You guys, this burned flawlessly. There was no sooting, nothing with this. You can see I already removed the wicks, because here's the thing. Once this extinguished itself, I noticed it right away. And so I took my little tweezers and I plucked out the wicks right after they extinguished themselves, because they were they were submerged under like a tiny bit of wax. It used almost all of the wax. So, but the glue had loosened ever so slightly so that I could literally like pluck them out, without having to wait for this to solidify and then put it in the freezer and clean it out like I normally do. By the way, these are just shadows you're seeing. This isn't soot or anything because I realize that it looks really dark here, but it's just because of the red glass. So there's no soot on my finger. So then I just wiped out the rest of the wax on the bottom, and yeah, like it. So now it's almost ready to go. I still need to wash it and take the label off the bottom, but I decided to go ahead and do that just to save myself a little bit of work. I can show you right over here the pile of candles. Whoop. Those are all from last month's empties that I still need to clean out. I pop them in the freezer, and then I bust out the wax and the wicks on the bottom, and then I wash them, and then I reuse those for a variety of things, or if I have too many, I just recycle them with the regular glass. So overall, I definitely give this candle 1 thumbs up. I'm not giving it 2 thumbs up because it wasn't apple pumpkin pie. If Harry could create an apple pumpkin pie, I think he would probably have one of the most popular candles, especially for the Thanksgiving holiday time. I know a lot of us would absolutely adore that, but this wasn't that. I think this is a good starting point for that, but it needs a pumpkin note, it needs a crust note, and I think the strength and the throw could definitely use a little bit of tweaking to make them slightly stronger. But I'm not upset about purchasing the candle. I'm glad that I have it. And, you know, Lord knows I'm going to be reusing this for something this holiday season. So I kind of want a matching pair. So maybe I will burn this other one because I kind of want to use this just for decor. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Again, I will link this down below. And then I'll just link all of the candles that are currently available on QVC from Homeworx if you want to participate in the free shipping today. I have to admit that I'm tempted, but I'm going to hold off because I know there's more coming down the pipeline, and I have to be smart with my purchases because I have so many candles in my backup stash at this point in terms of Homeworx from everything that I've bought this year. So I need to watch myself, but for those of you that have been waiting for free shipping, ding, 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 it's happening. All right, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really appreciate you guys. There will be one other candle review that's coming up a little bit later on, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.